Hi, this is Don Chakowski, the Director of Channel Sales for Fidelity National Title. Welcome to Market of the Moment. Today, I am joined as my co-host with Miss Tammy Gray. Tammy, how's it going?
Good, good.
You know who you're not?
Sharon.
Yes, it's true. She's not Sharon, but we let Sharon have a little time away today, and thank you for filling in. Appreciate it. So Tammy has been, actually today, isn't today a special day?
Today is a very special day.
What day is today?
Today is my 8th year anniversary with Fidelity.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. You just celebrated your 9th?
I did, yes. How did you end up at Fidelity?
Yeah, funny you should ask that question. Actually, Dawn introduced me to Fidelity, and so thank you.
Yeah, of course.
It.
Yeah, 8 years later, here we are.
Right?
Yeah,
here we are.
Partners in crime
Right?
all over this
Exactly,
stuff. So, well, I tell you what, Tammy works with some amazing partners of ours, and actually we work on a lot of accounts together, and so it's, we constantly have been talking over the last several weeks about this change that we've seen in the market, right? We've gone from, crazy one way to now it's a little more scarce, a little more slow. The interest rates have constantly been something that we're paying attention to, and it's definitely impacting the business a lot as well. So can you share with me a little bit about what you're seeing with your clients as far as how they are continuing to drive business? You've got some high producing people and some people who have not missed a beat during all this, right? That they've kept things going pretty strong.
Yep.
So can you tell us a little bit about what you see happening?
Sure, absolutely. One of the biggest things I see is just staying consistent.
Yeah.
Right? Those clients that we have that are the top producers and have teams that have been doing this for a while, they just keep doing the same thing. They stay consistent. They don't stop prospecting. They don't stop reaching out to their clients. And then again, I say this probably every day, but the power of social media. You got to keep your face out there. And my folks that are literally doing education videos and talking about why now is still a great time to buy, they're still being successful and they're closing escrows.
And what's funny about that is that, people still have to move, right? People still have to, we still have an inventory shortage. We still have people that have life events that affect them, whether the interest rates are whatever they are, still life events affect them, and they still need to make a decision. People are moving here from other states,
So much relocation still going on.
Right? So there's so much opportunity in Arizona as a whole. So it is, so it's really important that that we keep our foot on the gas, right? And something else, we were at a meeting earlier today and we were talking with somebody about business pages, and you mentioned something about keeping your business page, keeping current posts on there, even though they don't get the traction they once upon a time did. Why was that so important?
It's very important because what we see a lot of times is an agent will set up a business page and then they'll be really good about posting the first few months or maybe even that first year, and then all of a sudden they just stop posting. So for me, I think the consumer then goes to your page, and the page is supposed to give you credibility, right? You go to their page and now they haven't posted for 9 months, a year. I honestly, I went to somebody's page the other day, hadn't had a post in 2.5 years. And so what is your first assumption? Is that they're out of business.
Are they still working?
Maybe during COVID they got out of the business or whatever, and I'm probably not going to reach out to you because maybe that's an embarrassing phone call. So even if you're just posting something once a month, you need to keep those pages up just to give you that credibility.
That was such a good nugget, and that was such an important thing. That's why I wanted to make sure I brought it up today, because I'm like, those kind of things are the things that we don't necessarily think about, right? We're like, I'll get to that page, whatever.
Or no one sees it anyway.
Right, nobody sees it anyway, right. But if somebody's actually looking you up, if they're typing your name in there, then they're probably seeing that page. That page is coming up. And so when that happens, then you are potentially putting yourself in peril by not having that updated, not having something current on there. So, we've got a ton of different graphics and things that we supply to our partners to be able to keep some things posted out there about different market changes, about all these kind of things. So, so if you're not working with Fidelity, or if you're not receiving these from your Fidelity sales executive, reach out to them or reach out to one of us, and we're happy to help get you connected on those kind of resources and tools, just because that staying in front of people, right? And that's what, and when those people are looking you up, when somebody passes along your name and they go and Google you, your Facebook business page is very likely coming up. And so we want to make sure that people know that you're still in the business. So
the other big thing that we've got going on right now is because we have so many farming tools available to our clients, a lot of people are getting back to farming, and you don't even have to full force farm like what we typically think every single month consistently, same neighborhood. But the great thing I love about our tools is we're able to use those so many different ways to get a listing, to help you with your open houses, so you don't have to door knock everybody in the neighborhood, right? what I love is that we can teach you how to be very strategic and targeted with your marketing and with your time.
And that also helps us save money, right? In a time when we're all kind of keeping an eye on our expenses,
right.
That helps to save some money around that whole process also. And, instead of, sending postcards and doing all of these things, so the people who just moved into the neighborhood and are very unlikely to be moving anytime anywhere soon, like we've got resources that'll help you target those that are likely to sell. They're demonstrating behaviors that mean that they are probably looking at moving. And so even tracking life events that make it important for people to move as well. So
yeah. I just met with a lady the other day and wanted to do her neighborhood, and there were literally over 100 people in her neighborhood that had lived in their house over 13 years.
Wow.
So why aren't we reaching out to those folks, right?
Yeah.
They have so much equity in their homes right now.
Exactly. And that's what, tracking numbers like that, and that's what I think one of the, another important thing to look at as well is by having a consultation with Tammy or myself or somebody on whoever your Fidelity sales executive is so important, because we're having these conversations all day, every day. It's not uncommon for your first meeting of the day to be at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Your last thing that you're doing wrapping up at 8, 9 o'clock at night, right. And in all that time in between, we're having conversations with people and we're helping them come with ideas and put things together. And so we have some great knowledge of what things are working out there. So get with your Fidelity sales executive. This is the time to go out there and figure out ways to keep busy and stay busy. And we've got a lot of folks who are doing it. So checking in and that consistency, like you mentioned, is so important. So okay. Well, thank you for that.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, okay. Why don't we switch over to Mindy right now and get our market update. And so Mindy, what's going on out there?
With forecasters changing their tune from projecting a decline in housing prices for 2023 to suddenly projecting a slight incline, all I can say is, yeah, we've sort of been saying that. The true drivers in our market continue to be supply and demand. And while they're being encouraged, rallied, or even hurt by things like inflation, the stability of the banking industry, and I don't know, the weather outside, as long as there aren't enough houses for people to buy, the price of those houses will continue to go up. Here, inventory is stabilizing right around 11,000 homes for sale. It's at least half of what we need for prices to stop rising. With interest rates taking a pretty brutal hit last week, it's not surprising to see a bit of a standoff, but expect that number to continue to decline as those rates improve. We've now got about the same number of properties under contract as we did a year ago, but with half the amount of inventory, bringing our prices back to right about where they were this time last year, and with about a month less supply and about 12% more transactions with closing cost assistance. That means our buyers are getting about $8,000 per transaction that they can use towards closing costs, down payment assistance, and things like buying down their interest rates. In fact, most of our consumers are becoming less focused on the interest rate and more on the lack of available inventory. They're understanding that the interest rate is variable, while the price of the property and the expected availability of it is going to go up and then down respectively. The question is, how much do you save by taking a higher monthly payment than you might have 6 months ago, but start building the equity in your home that you won't have if you wait another 6 months? Any short-term gain in monthly payment will be overshadowed by appreciation that is steady, and it will only gain speed once interest rates drop. In reality, there are houses for sale. They may need the work that you already put into the home that you have, and they may be priced higher than the one that you have, but you will upgrade it over time and benefit from the appreciation in it just as you have in the one you are in. And it's true, if the move was just to fix a problem too big, too small, too far, too close, it wouldn't be a super attractive time to make a move. But it's not just about that. The key is that you're not losing your equity when you put it to work for you. The question is just, how do you want it to work for you, and how do you get to it?
Thank you, Mindy, so much for that market update. I always love hearing your take on the market. And now to Amber Kovarik with Guild Mortgage. How's the market looking?
Exciting news! We can do reverse mortgages at Guild. So a reverse mortgage is commonly known as a home equity conversion, or you might have heard it called a HECM. It works by enabling the borrower to access the equity in their home and use it to supplement retirement income. So the average homeowner currently is at a 42% loan to value, meaning they have a large amount of equity in their home. We are also seeing credit card debt and car payments at an all-time high. So a reverse mortgage could be a really good option for any homeowners over 62 years old that want to use some of this equity to cover their higher living expenses. We can also use a reverse for a home purchase. With this reverse purchase, the buyer can purchase a home with no mandatory mortgage payments. If the price is under $1 million, at least one borrower must be 62 or older. The home must be a primary, and there's some very basic income and credit qualifications. So if you have any additional questions about reverse mortgage options, how they may help your clients, please reach out. I would love to have a conversation. And as always, my team will be available for all of your weekend pre-qualification needs.
Amber, thank you so much. We appreciate your time every week. Mindy, yours as well. Always such great information the two of them bring. So thank you for joining us each week. All right, well, that is a wrap. So, yes. So, all right, well, thank you guys. Thank you for joining us this week, and look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great one. Ciao.